on antenna at the last second. And I'll play Tinted as Man.
Maybe so you could probably get top 10 on Tennis Man.
I really think top 10 could probably have a man or two.
On
If
good?
somebody, yeah, if somebody actually tried to grind out strats for it.
Oh my god, there's 10 seconds left. Be quick.
I did, but then I was first place for a long time, and now I'm 20th.
I think there's just too much climbing on that for. Actually, I mean it's a custom map, so maybe probably. But like, if that map were stuck, no shot. I think.
Hey, we had 4 extra seconds. Were there any last minute snipes? I don't think so.
Tinted any percent
No.
ABC. You made it. You did it.
Hey, you did it. Alright, now I'm
Tree
gonna.
back though. I'm a pleb.
Oh, Ikea didn't get that many points this time.
I have no idea how to do the.
There were a few
ending
people
here.
that didn't do anything this
but-
time.
Dude, I thought I had.
Oh, we
a
got some
decent
late
run on Big
replays
Tree-
coming in.
on like Big Tree, and then like I look at my run with debug data on, and like during that, you know that huge slope boost to the left, I was like in the air for like maybe like not for a couple of frames, so like my speed drops by like 60%. It's just like
Some points.
There was some stuff.
JVC with 4th place, 666. Alex Speedy
Wait,
with
what?
a bunch of points.
666? I got
Oh,
triple
no.
sniped. I had 669. I'm trying to keep it on.
Oh, yeah,
What
you
the
gotta
hell?
just.
Who triple
better.
sniped me?
I think at least one of those was me on window watching 80%.
Oh my
Well, you got
God.
tinted any percent back.
Oh,
I thought Fishy
actually,
did.
JVC,
I didn't
one of
look at
those-
it. So
one of those
Fishy
with
got
the
most of the
restaurant.
records again. Pretty cool. Didn't get sniped twice in the last day, I think, or more. Yeah,
Fresh on
Court got a
what?
bunch of points too. Good job to everybody. Welcome, not Jake Raiders.
fresh on window watching SS.
If any of you guys want to hang out in the voice call, feel free. We're just in the league Discord.
Yeah, fresh got second on that like an hour ago.
Wait, oof. I forgot to actually get a run on Tinted. Whoops.
You didn't.
No, it's I was letting some stuff out and I had don't submit replays on, so I think I just forgot to turn that off and didn't realize. Well,
No.
I gotta hold that, I guess.
Hey, at least you got more points than in the pop. Still. We got record on the map. Really showing your seed over in the pop.
Who's here?
Alright, I'm gonna watch some replays.
Not big.
Point out that
What
My
was the
team
order?
captain.
Fishy didn't have a rank worse than third.
Yeah, I think I got all top 5 again. I don't know.
Pretty
I
sure
hope
that
so.
was that was the case last week too. I'm pretty sure.
No, Fishy got sniped in something. You can just double check. But you might have gotten
Alright, I
double
got man
sniped in
record on your map.
top
Avenge.
pro.
How about
Hog.
that? Oh wait.
Oh
what?
right, there was right.
I'm
He was
just
like
kidding.
third on top row, and
It's
then
not.
Bob revealed the strats on top row, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Were there a lot of pausing shenanigans, last-minute submissions this time? Wasn't paying attention.
No, there
Thought
was
those were
none
good
this time.
ones.
There were no last minute like top 10s or anything. Bobma got 0 points.
Damn.
JVC, you didn't get man record.
I know. I realized that. I thought I did, but I thought that it was 24 seconds. That it was...
Wait, I didn't check. Who has window
23.
washing girl record? Can we check that?
No watching. That's very specific.
Let's check. Window washing girl record, not Jake. Let's watch that one first.
Wait, I didn't say
Hey!
Oh.
Your record by 5 whole seconds, dude.
highly
So
contested
good.
category.
Very much so.
Yeah, I
Man,
played
pretty
this
good
map
route.
originally as girl because I thought it was pretty fun. So then when I switched to Worth, it took me a long time to like actually beat this run. I couldn't figure out the worst strats after playing this level for like an hour with girl.
Dude, this map, it's like it says that it's a 10-second IL, right? But like I'm pretty sure like the first 4 seconds just straight up don't matter because the turkey is cycle locked.
Yes,
Um,
yeah.
If you,
Yeah,
if you hit
so-
if you hit it too early, it spreads dust in a place that you can't pick up in the route.
This turkey right here, if nobody or if people on
Yeah, this
stream don't
third
know,
one.
it spreads dust on this corner on the left side, and you just can't get that if you're too early.
Yeah, I was trying to push execution on the first part of the map really really far, and then I noticed that there's just dust right there. It's like fuck.
Yeah, that only happened to me a couple times. I think Fresh
What
was
was it,
just
Fresh?
playing this
Yeah, Fresh might have done
new
these.
strats.
He literally got that run like an hour ago.
Nice.
Let's see what he got here.
Yeah, I was third. Not too
Oh,
long
this,
ago.
yeah. I was actually playing around with that in TAS. Like, if you get off that ceiling fast enough, you can actually carry that boost to the right side and it saves a little bit of time. I never got a run with it because that turkey being cycle locked was kind of putting me on tilt, but
I took window washing from I think it was 10.6 to like 9 point, like barely sub 10. I just got murdered afterwards.
Yeah, you kind of got destroyed.
So any percent has a dino, but only the top 2 players did it.
yeah,
At
dude,
least
this map,
it only
has-
saves like 3 frames.
this map has a dino and 2 hook jumps. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, pretty quick. I didn't even bother grinding it. Like I was looking into it, and then I was just like, "Hey, well, I don't even need to do this."
So my run does it poorly, but there was a bit of a route I was playing around with that got a tiny bit more leverage out of air charges. I think I'm like somewhere in the top 20.
Yeah, hook jump in this case is referring to like when we jump around something. Like I can not really show that consistently, but like the jump at the beginning. So I jumped to the right and then I immediately try to drift left. That time I drifted really far because it's TAS. So it's just, you know, jumping around that way. I don't use the term. I don't hear many people use it, but that's what it refers to.
I could have sworn it was called a hook jump, but maybe I just made that
Maybe.
up. I don't know.
Maybe other games.
Maybe. I don't know.
What was the next one on the list? 1 AM cake. Arby didn't get this one back.
Nah, I didn't. Yeah, because I was a little too stubborn on wanting to do that ledge cancel, but I failed it so many times that I just kind of gave up.
This one probably saw not too much development after the first day. Same with window washing. In terms of time, like they were pretty quickly optimized.
Yeah, there were a couple of like micro strats, but otherwise, like the whole
Tinted as well, I think. The other
overall
ones
around spends,
are
yeah.
just more complex.
Dude, this is really not
Wonder if-
reach.
So there's a different heavy in the girl run at the beginning. Girl can actually hit all that dust on top.
Yeah, but in reality, it really only saves like 3 frames, and then you just kind of lose that in other
Yeah.
parts of the map because of like imperfect boosting or whatever.
Plus there's the end where you have to be lower.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So right here, this light, this is really hard to hit as girl. The reason why I didn't pick girl was because of this light. Right here at the end. You just have to be lower in order to hit it.
Yeah. I think like I was just doing that section badly anyway, so I never had problems with like hitting that light.
Maybe.
yeah.
I
think I was
I had
always real
problems.
I think what I did was like I was doing this slope boost for, like leading into that section like poorly or something, so I didn't have as much height coming into that last part.
I think this is the oldest any percent record. I'm just gonna double check. Or I think this is the, oh no, wait, yeah. Okay, so this is the oldest record. Window washing SS by Indopop was the oldest SS record and second oldest record. But these,
Yeah.
this record lived the longest Didn't get bopped.
Nice drop, camo.
Yeah, no slant dwarf. The thing that kind of
Yeah,
sucked
we were-
about trying to optimize with any of that kind of stuff in mind is this section at the end. Like all these things are just so close together that it makes it awkward to use anything like that.
If this were like stretched a
dwarfing
little
here
bit
would
further
be
to the right.
pretty solid, honestly. But good thing no one did that one. That's a worse kind of one.
And regarding Fresh's question, I think Girls Uplight has a tiny bit of an offset upwards.
Yeah,
just like her
it
heavy.
does.
Like it's slight, but
I don't think there are any other interesting routes. Oh.
on this map, I don't think so. I mean, unless someone did some crazy kid stuff.
Did you do
Probably
any lotads? Hard?
I didn't have any that I remembered to save anywhere.
Oh.
So, nothing to.
Oh well. Next one was Tinted.
There was some fun stuff on Tinted, that where you could exploit some face indirection to keep speed along that middle section. But other than that, I didn't have too much.
This one had the most variety in routes, because there's just so much to do in this kind of map. It's a lot more like a playground, even though you're climbing most of the time. But then like there's nothing that you can really do differently about that horizontal section.
Yeah, this felt like there was a lot of variation, like a lot of things you could do differently in like the first
Okay.
half, and then like after that, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, you boost and then you climb.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's really close together. I'll show a few different runs on this one because they all vary. But this is probably one of the harder ones to have a good time on. Fresh got to run pretty quickly, I think. That was really impressive to see. Just because you have to do so much stuff in this level.
Yeah, I would say like this is probably the hardest map to get a good time, like straight up the hardest one, not just one of the hardest ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad that Avenged made the changes that he did from the draft, or from the first draft of this one. With the removal of a lot of extra like dust and extra stuff, because it really just
Original
opened the door
version-
for everything.
Original version coming sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
That'd be hype.
Well, at least this one didn't have any like attacky dust on it. That was
well the other one was more like attacky, but that's pretty pretty par for the expectation, I guess, when you see a lot of these
I'm
kinds of
pretty
blocks.
happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. JVC told me that there was a free any percent strat, and then I played it in the last 20 minutes and I couldn't PB. So.
Oh wow, what
What's
a
up with
lie!
that, JVC?
yeah. I think this one was like I think I voted this one as my second favorite.
There's
it was
there's actually a
definitely
death warp that no one did in 8% also, that saves maybe 0 time.
The Death Warp.
Yeah. I'll show it real quick before you see the run. Right here, you can jump into the spike.
Awesome.
I did
That's
that
so
in
dumb.
one run, but I determined that what I wanted to do was get the slant speed from jumping off the wall,
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
then
saying. Isn't it?
keep it for as long as I could, but I couldn't. Like that didn't really matter as much. So like that was what I was kind of intending to try to do. And I also tried to. I had at least one PB where I hit the heavy and then I just jumped into this. I don't know. I don't think it
it's al-
even saves anything.
Yeah, this almost feels like it would actually lose time. I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely loses time, real time.
Up the right side by that block. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Wait, up
there
the right
used to
side?
be.
Oh, there.
So you can fit in this kind of gap too. There used to be one of these in the original map too that got taken out. But yeah, it would be kind of hard to get through here, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, you definitely could. It's just not. I'm not sure how you do anything fast off of that though.
Yeah, I guess it's possible, but you gotta really test it, you know. So let's watch JVC's actual run.
Yeah, it's effectively a Terra jump that like opens up a bit to the right. Right? Yeah, maybe that geometry doesn't work that way. I don't know.
So like SS, there are a lot of different strats that you could do. JVC, did you change any? Yeah, you changed one thing at the end based on what I did.
Yep.
Nice.
It seemed easier. I don't know if it's better or not, but it seemed easier.
But there's just so much stuff you could do.
Mm-hmm.
That same section with the death warp, if you just dash jump, then you can skip the heavy, as JVC did.
Poor fishy. I don't know why there was even a heavy there, to be honest.
I mean, he was probably trying to keep speed also.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Alright. Subterranean. This one was also pretty evenly split between Man and Worth. I tried both characters on this one. Worth pretty much just benefits the most from having some nice attacks.
God, Worth can just up like that from the dash. That's
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
that's a hard attack to hit as Man also with a down heavy that MSG was doing. And I really don't. I kind of wish I knew what was intended for the end. But
Oh, that down heavy. Yeah, that shit was.
yeah, if you know, it's close enough where it just works for those characters. Either Man Girl down heavy or Worth up heavy. But I figured they just wanted you to attack the lower one than like a back heavy or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looked like you just kind of like jumping off heavy the first one and then continue on.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, really. But yeah, they're just close enough where you're like, well, I can hit them.
Yeah. This kind of
And you hit them like half the time, probably.
It's a situation where it's like, yeah, I guess I could hit this, but
Lower than back heavy, probably. So let's watch MSG. MSG definitely put a lot of time into this one. I had a lot of trouble on the bottom myself. This was a really hard one for me to PB. But, I mean, the ones that I played the most were, so. This was also a kind of hard slope to land on,
yeah, it's because
to
of
keep
that
speed.
triangle geometry for whatever reason just makes things harder to land on. Don't know why.
Not easy. Skyhawk grinded this one. Yeah, any percent's got a cool death warp, I guess. A very useful one. Something that you don't really see that much. Yeah, so this was the map that got re-uploaded because of blind stuff.
It's definitely one of the more unique death warps. In terms of where I put you anyway.
Kind of wish we knew about that one earlier. No smiley face. You just wanted us to jump all the way up? Yeah, that might have been the case, but I mean, when you got a week to grind something, you're gonna look for stuff like this when you can. Yeah, imagine designing for half of the levels leaderboards.
Nah, man, you gotta make every map have a wiring any percent, where it's just like you ignore you ignore the level entirely, you just go over the top.
Huh, Delo, imagine playing. Where was I? I think these are pretty much all the same. It's really hard to keep speed along the bottom, so all worth stuff until we got Lotus. What's this? The Jorf for fun. Technically not a Jorf because you have to be on the platform for one subframe and only one in order for it to work that way. Unless you actually hit the Jorf landing wise. I could be wrong though. Pretty big man record. Upright Tree. The oh, Camel got record back. Camel got double record back.
Yeah, I got abused.
Yeah, Camel definitely abused your team.
That down heavy I do not like.
Oh, we didn't even get that down heavy.
Yeah, he didn't try to though. That was what he was going for.
I probably spent the least time playing this one, personally. You know, not because it's bad.
Found that spike jump really hard.
It's really hard to get to the ceiling.
But it was
That
really
part.
interesting that Man and Worth were bounced.
I actually
reasonably
really
well.
liked the SS on this map, and then the 80% happened.
I really did not like the any percent on this map, and then we got a little discussion with Camel.
Happened?
But yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this level, or not really like action, I guess, but it's just pretty involved. A lot of movement to do. So it's longer, it's gonna have a bigger gap. There aren't. It's not like it has too much variety in like the strats you can possibly do, but it's a good one that you can grind. Like you can really practice it for SS. Any kid SSs? One.
Yeah, she might be the only character you can't do that heavy skip at the start.
That dashing must be so much easier as kid. Just because you have that extra dash. It's kind of hard to do the leftward boost across there.
I swear he lost time with that.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. Get kid record if you really think it lost time. Alright, time to talk about the any percent. So, I kind of want a few different replays on this one. I'm gonna look up the record history because an issue is that people don't get to see seemingly intended route stuff, and I want to put that into context too. So first of all, Camel's not even here to defend himself, so feel free to go in trash talk and tell him what you think. But give me a moment. I'll go through the discussion that I had with him. Level history. Alright, so here is the record that existed before the skip was found. So Camel knew about the any percent, And he thought it would be like a kind of fun little Easter egg kind of thing, and didn't think anyone would find it, and didn't intend for anyone to actually grind it. Like he only told JVC about it, and you know,
I sure as hell wasn't gonna do it.
yeah, the plan was don't do this at all, like don't snipe with it. And I do believe him as far as that's concerned, but I do not agree with keeping that at all, because like we don't want that kind of hiding route stuff. With this route that goes all the way to the top and actually has to hit enemies, it was actually really tough to go through this, and it's still really tough to go through this, and it's really tough to go through this. So it was already kind of undesirable. But then, believe it or not, someone figured it out, and we have this run, which was, I think, 3rd place at the time this happened. Kind of takes his time going up and around. I'm gonna use this fancy camera. You can see the quills kind of, you know, do their thing.
I can't believe it was Cal. I had no idea it was the first person who found it. It's so funny.
But yeah, Cat was the first person to find it. I don't know if he has anything or any insight on it, but it's cool. It was cool to see Kid 3rd, but then I was like, there's definitely something going on that, like I saw it and I was like, huh, Kid at 3rd? I bet it used a quill. And then I checked it and it did. So then Camel's defense is it's not an auto scroller, by the way. I come to him and he's like, all right, well, this is what I expected the run to be like. And I eventually made him just play it that way because we didn't want strats to be hidden. So then Camel comes in and he does the seemingly intended kind of route that like isn't his PB now, but it's like an easier version of how you can actually get it. And it has to do with you have to get high enough in order for the quills to not unload. That's how it works. And it wasn't possible for him to get there fast enough in order for it to be loaded the entire time, making it not technically an auto scroller kind of situation. Although you could argue that, you know, it still kind of is. Then obviously we have some developments. Since then, it has gone down a little bit. One discovery, thanks to me, is like I'll totally take credit for this one. For noticing that you can just heavy this one, and it goes faster because you heavy. So there's still some loading. There's still some unloading, rather, for this quill, meaning it's still technically not an auto scroller, which is his argument why it's okay. Because the camera is just not high enough in order to fully load the quill, so it stops. But you know, TAS I think would probably be fast enough. It'd be interesting to see either way. Yeah, quills do go faster when you heavy them. Then we have the death at the end. Why there's a death at the end is because that actually stops the timer when you die, and you already hit a checkpoint, so the level keeps updating. But yeah, he dies on that frame, and then the level continues to update. It's like a cool concept, but it's not something that I really want people to do in the league so much in hiding level strats. So you know, I don't want to see more of this, even though it's kind of cool. Just not really a league thing. With all that in mind, you guys would have been way madder if we didn't grind this after Cow found it. Just believe me. And that's why I made Camel grind it. That's most of the story behind it, probably. It would not have been a fun snipe. Trust me.
I don't think that would have been a. Imagine grinding the real route.
Yeah,
Like,
the
all week
incredibly awful real route, by the way.
Then somebody has a really shittily executed whack-a-quill. It goes flying upwards. and
Yeah,
you're just
like, here's a free 16-second run, that kind of thing. Alright, last map, I think? Yeah, Antenna is last. Another pretty long one. This one had a lot of, like, more unusual kind of geometry in it, so, like, there's just a lot that you could possibly do differently. Like, it's a little bit more confusing to figure out as a result, and it has, like, a few weird geometry parts. You know, not so standard, but I ended up enjoying the grind, surprisingly, when I did play it. Like, whenever I figured out some strats. I think what happened with me is I started to play it, and that's when Epon got record, when it was like a 37, and then that stood for not too long, and then I had like a 2-second record for a little bit. I gotta fit in my subtle brags, I guess. Wazi's got a really good run. But I didn't actually pay attention to the run, or to this level after I played it. Yeah, empty supers are always cool. I do like use of repetition in that kind of section, depending on like how it gets used. Like if you're trying to teach someone to do something a certain way, as long as it feels good, it feels extra good in that kind of scenario. This also had a really funny clip in the draft that is now like super covered up, that I wasn't sure if it was gonna be a hidden strat or not. I just want to point it out for fun. Okay, so imagine, let's see, I think this, okay, it would be here. So imagine it's like this. I think this was the geometry. It might have been one less tile. Yeah, it was one more off this. Okay, so this was the geometry. And if you just walk through, you can clip, or if you wall jump. Delo, you'll get to play a map that I actually contributed to this upcoming week.
This absolutely would have become a strat.
Yeah, so it turns out you can just jump through here. I asked if it was intended or not, and it wasn't intended, and now you have to go around. Yeah, you'll play the map.
Oh my god, but imagine if you couldn't clip and the death zone on the left wasn't there.
This
You
would be a
could squeeze
pretty,
through and go the
this
long
would be
way.
a pretty weird grind, honestly, if you did have to do this clip, because like there's nothing you can really do after it quickly. Actually,
I think you could like
finally did it.
immediately dash. I think you could like
Yeah, I think you
immediately
just jump
dash.
straight and then dash.
Yeah, we did it. There, solved any percent. But anyway, it's cool that we found this one. We positively affected a map. But yeah, a lot of spread out times. Let's watch JVC's run. He played worse. I don't know. We gotta, you know, look at some of the top 10 every now and then. There's also actually a clip down here that I don't know if anyone noticed. Probably someone did. That wasn't just me. Nice. But the geometry right here, you can just fall through, turns out. Like if you go for a ledge cancel. There's just an illegal tile over here. Exposed. So you gotta be careful when you grind to not fall through.
Yeah, I did that once.
I also did it, but more than once.
I stopped trying to get a
Illegal,
good ledge
yes,
cancel
very
there 'cause
illegal.
I was like, oh.
It's like
I guess
this happened.
I guess I was landing so far right that I never hit that clip. Did not notice it.
Yeah, it's one of these guys. Alright, and let's check out any percent. This also has a little blind movement right here. Not as much as Subterranean did, but like, this also has a dwarf that was not in the draft. So there was some talk about whether we re-upload this one too. And like the dwarf was minimal enough in effect and actually incredibly hard to pull off. So there are two that could work really nicely. They're both right here. This one up top. So this also has an illegal tile right here, which makes the dwarf really hard to land.
Oh, that's
But fortunately, you can just wall jump and then jump to get up there. So, you know, it's not that bad, but if it were easier to do and, you know, it saved a lot of time, then I would have just asked for a quick re-upload. What I actually thought was going to be the strat for a little bit was like you go for a dead leg right here and then you wall jump multiple times, so you just zigzag through this section. Yeah, definitely more useful as Dustman because, well, but yeah, actually, can Dustman make it from there?
No, I don't think so.
oh, to that wall. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't have thought so.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, from there. Yeah. Never mind.
I thought you were talking about the other one.
But it would just help. Period.
Like getting high enough to get on the other one. But I guess you probably could still just be really slow.
Hey. But yeah, you can't make it there. You gotta make it from there. So the dwarf's even better as Dustman. But yeah, this is the more problematic one
Man,
potentially
so bad, though.
than
Yeah,
this one in my
actually,
opinion.
I think I have like a half completed Lotad of like the first half, like the first part of this. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, that's all the maps. Let's see.
Shout
Not
out to
me.
the blue IKEA door.
Alright, so for the best map voting, this one was pretty close, and I have to double check the results now. The top two were 1 AM Cake and Subterranean Vein. And Subterranean has been in a very, 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 very tight lead most of the time, in like the last hour or so of voting. I'm just double checking. One day I will actually make these visible and not really ugly. I'm sorry. I just don't want to show you guys the, you know, anonymous feedback.
Eyes, 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 eyes.
Yeah. And it's not formatted well. It's harder to work with this time because of how I set up the form too, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, Subterranean does win. Woo.
Woo!
Woo, very
Congrats!
exciting.
Okay, Boomers!
Yay. Alright. Anyone from OK Broomer around? Everybody just join the call and you can help pick out the theme. I have a really good theme prompt this time, by the way.
In the meantime, check out this half-completed Lotan at 80%.
Everybody come party. Get as many as you can from your team.
Good morning.
Wow, only 3 two-framers?
No Skyhawk, no Cow.
Okay.
Everybody in.
Or Fireball should be here
Path
considering
completed. It was Fireball's map mostly? Nice.
Yeah, I think Cow died, but
No, okay, the first map was Fireball's map. This Bane was Cow.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Cow did upload this one. What's up,
yes,
Cow?
that is me, Twinkie.
How many
where were
of
the
your team do we
bears?
got in here?
There's Cow, myself, Big D.
No Skyhawk.
Nice.
Oh, there's Skyhawk.
Good Skyhawk.
Alright, we got like half the team.
Yeah, decent amount.
Jake, an honorary member of the team, also
Nice.
from yesterday's stream.
I was doing some spy work in Callistus' stream last night.
Hey, Twinkie.
Yeah, no, I think I remember asking Cal, like, oh, are you going to make any maps for this? And he told me no. And look where he is now. Nice
Yeah.
job.
Now he's winning
How
points.
he even made a map for this week and he didn't even have to make it.
The motivations for
That map
map
is more
making
questionable.
that week were pretty low. We were trying to find a way to make a map that wasn't going to be so focused towards Worth. So I'm really happy that Cal managed to pull off how evenly split the SS route was. Obviously, we didn't really look at the 80% at the time, which led to the re-upload. But like,
we did not look at the 80%.
Oops.
But I'm pretty sure like.
Yeah, so since you guys are here, I do want to apologize that I did come across way too harshly when I asked you to re-upload. Something kind of
You're
set me
mad.
off previously, so I took it out on you guys unfairly.
It was one thing that was funny was I added
Don't worry
some
about
like
it, Zonda.
One of the main things that you guys were doing that I didn't like, though, that like it's not a good reason or excuse, but I just didn't like that you guys were accepting of like, oh yeah, it's okay that we have it. And like just seeing that trying to be defended was just annoying in the moment, and I just needed to make it clear
Yeah,
that I
mean,
didn't like that.
There were,
But I went a
there
little
are
far.
couple of reasons behind it. Like, for example, I think the most used reason was that there are a lot of stock maps that use some sort of blind camera and whatnot.
Yeah.
But aside from that, also like it got through QA.
It did
the
not.
testing, and,
Well,
I mean,
if you, I only
The
meant to
tricky
draft
part
my
is the tricky part is the camera is one of the things we did last, which is like kind of reasonable because cameras are, well, I mean, I don't know how reasonable. That's just how it was.
Yeah, it's
like-
hard to notice all the things when you test them. Honestly, you gotta
like the
try so
last
much
couple
weird
cameras
stuff.
are hard. Yeah, because I
People
did
are
test
like,
the
hey,
80%
Yeah, take it from me,
a bunch of times. It's just
renowned
not fun to
cameraman.
last.
Yeah, we'll definitely be testing for that kind
I
of
was
stuff.
afraid
in
that we
future.
might have added a Jorf route at the beginning because originally we just had like spike pits and then I replaced them with kind of like columns to catch the gargoyles just for decorative purposes. Yeah, like right at the beginning here,
Yeah,
that small column right there to catch the first gargoyle and then the second gargoyle on the right there. Yeah, the
Yeah.
second gargoyle on the right. I changed that and then like right as we uploaded, like, wait, does that include making dwarfs the meta? But thankfully.
well, it went this week went a bit more smoothly with checking final drafts instead. There was at least one
so-
map that
I
we
made
were able
the
to catch.
announcement saying like the change that we made to Subterranean Vein and that we would be testing more. And so yeah, this week was a lot more extensively tested with the final versions. So hopefully there's
Yeah, I got
less
more.
surprises.
I also got JVC to help test too. And I opened
Oh,
it up
thanks,
to the
Dello.
other
That's
organizers.
Imagine
I
just
imagine a lot of
exposing the
information.
Apple like this.
I am curious why you guys decided to, switch the any percent route that you initially had, which was like.
It's not necessarily that we decided to switch the route. It's that we didn't have an 80% route to begin with. It was like just a bare bones draft
Yeah.
of these are the bare minimum platforms that you need to make the level, and then we added the walls in after that first draft had been sent.
Oh, yeah, I didn't actually see the first draft. So
It was like there was a shortcut, honestly.
There was nothing in the first draft, basically. There was
Yeah.
virtual tiles, the enemies that we were going to have, and that was
Yeah.
it. There was no
Yeah, pretty
camera,
much.
so we didn't find that any percent problem. And there was no walls for, like, building the building, so you couldn't even,
It was also
like,
a toss-up.
guess where you would be going anyway.
There was also
So
a toss up
honestly-
on whether or not we were going mansion tiles or city tiles, I think.
Yeah, we didn't even know what theme we were going to use, so...
I'm pretty happy with how the 80% ended. In the end,
I think,
This-
yeah, overall,
Dust-
all
Dust-
in,
or
all's
Death
well that
Warp.
ends well.
Yeah, imagine actually having a useful death warp. Like that's unheard of.
Oh yeah, I do want to address one other thing, and it has to do with the 1 o'clock theme. So I did say, let's see what the theme was as I wrote it.
Exact quote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to get it.
This is why we
clear.
won. We were the closest, weren't we?
Kind of. You could argue that. On stream, I made it sound like I also wanted the level to mostly go in that direction, but I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't specify that in the text. So when I revealed the theme on stream, I did clarify and say I suggested that I wanted maps to mostly go in that direction. And I thought it was more okay when your any percent in the draft that I got went, it was just a very
That's a
clear
fair
shortcut,
point.
even though it was really
Yeah, yeah.
bare bones.
That was actually something Twinkie brought up with me.
so-
After
so
the
I do
fact
think
as
it's
well,
funny
the way that you worded that.
that it ended up being not at all used, and now it's just the end flag.
That's funny.
So
I
it is
remember-
it is what it is.
I watched the
not a
stream,
big deal.
and I just immediately we were talking about, okay, how can we go in completely weirdo directions and end up at 1 o'clock at the end?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I did say
missed
feel free to
the-
zigzag around.
yeah, I guess we took a very liberal interpretation
Yeah.
of zigzag.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not like a strict theme or anything. The theme this week is way less, or
It's-
way
It's
less
a good thing
open
we
to
didn't go
interpretation.
with our first idea, because our first idea was just make a completely normal map and then have a zip that puts you into a spot that is 1 o'clock from the start.
I think we would have gotten.
Yeah, I would have, or I did say after the stream ended last time, or after revealing the theme, that I would disqualify using zip stuff, and then no one did it, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Alrighty, so what's the theme for this week?
All right. All right, view the stream if you're not already. I have some artwork,
Doing.
and I also have a little task for you, I guess, if it comes to it. Let me get this up. All right. You see before you a Google image search of the word shapes, and you can do this yourself. What I want you guys to do is pick a shape. You can draw it if you really want, but if there's a name to it, then it's really easy to describe. And I'm gonna put a picture. So basically, the level that has to be made uses the shape in some somewhat major manner. Like things in the level have to be that shape, or the level itself is that shape, or something a little bit better than the shape is in the background once.
Just
So-
pick square so we can get 6 con cyclones.
Yeah, so for example,
no.
if you pick square, that doesn't mean that everything has to be square shaped in the level, but it could be like the level itself is a square and it all fits in that square. Like there's just a lot of prisms and they're all dust blocks and they're all in squares. Something like that. Or you could follow the outline of a square in your map. There's just a lot of possibility, and it's up
Didn't
to
Doe
you
already
guys
do
to
that,
pick
Ricky?
the shape.
Pick a
I
tesseract.
was thinking
I mean,
of a Mobius strip.
But it
I'm
has to
pretty
be
sure
something
Doe
you can
already did
represent
something along those lines.
easily in 2D. Because
Yeah,
I need an
my
image
second
of it.
choice was a hypercube, so that's definitely not 2D.
I
No,
would be interested in picking something like a crescent
exactly, Fergie.
or like a star or just something a little bit more
I,
abstract.
the
and
star was
regular.
drawing my eye as well.
Ooh, I like the idea of a crescent.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool shapes
That's a
out
good
there
one
in the
too.
world. They don't have to be just straight up X number of sides. But
Yeah,
the more complex it is, the weirder it's gonna be to put in a level.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
only
weird
problem
is
is
weird is pretty good.
well, crescents are hard to.
If you
Wait,
guys
hold
want to
on.
draw a picture,
Crescent
or
is
you want me to
like a
draw it
circle
on
and
stream,
then
that
delete a
also
circle.
works.
If we do a rhombus, we
Those
can
do
have
not
another
count,
1 o'clock
Uckies.
week.
I was thinking parallelograms look pretty decent.
Yeah, or trapeziums.
I think if we pick something with like slants like that, then we're gonna have a lot of spike jumpy maps.
Well, there's no spike jumping on parallelograms. Well, I guess it depends on how
Yeah, like
Depends
that's
on
the, I
the
mean,
angle, I guess.
the angle.
Yeah, I mean you
Can we
can rotate
specify
it.
the angles of our shape?
You can make a picture, or I can make a picture on stream of the shape. People are gonna be able to rotate them, obviously, but I'm sure that people will use them. However, honestly, like
Hard
if you
to
pick a
define.
triangle, they're gonna be V ceilings. So be careful. If you
So,
pick a
yeah,
square, they're
maybe,
gonna be
like,
V
Oh,
ceilings.
thank God. Thank
If you pick
God
a circle,
we
they're
don't want
gonna
that.
be V
This one.
ceilings.
I was thinking
How
like
how
maybe,
weird do we want to go? Because
Up to
I
you
think
guys.
star is a pretty good idea for a weird kind of theme.
I'm good with star.
I guess one thing we should consider is that fog idea we were talking about. Do you think we could still make that work if
Oh yeah, probably.
star themed?
I think
Yeah,
so.
actually, star would be a really good idea for that.
By the way, if you
think?
guys
Read
pick
them.
stars, the background stars do not count.
Oh, of course not.
I
you
I just
already
gotta
did,
say it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not seeing how a star would work with the fog idea, but if you guys think it would, then okay. I like the idea of crescent, but
Yeah, crescent's cool too.
I'm not really sure how we would platform off of crescent, though. I'm still a little hesitant.
I mean,
because of
people
that.
can like break them up in multiple pieces.
I guess you could make
We've
like
all
kind
played
of
banana
boosty
ceilings, right?
sections where
That's all
like you
crescent.
hit the slope boost and then you kind of just go around the curve.
Yeah, like you're not gonna have
Nobody
perfectly round stuff, so people are gonna do their
Yeah,
best attempt at circles.
Nobody likes loops, so like,
Think of alcoves.
yeah.
Everybody loves alcoves.
That's pretty circular. Like, hey, look, I got a big circle right here. Bam.
What do
Now
you
it's a
think?
Now just
circle.
Cut out another circle and then
Yeah.
you got a crescent.
Bam. Then I do that. Whoa.
Amazing.
We did it. Cow, do you have
There
any
you go.
opinions? You've been doing a lot
Yeah.
of.
What do you think, Cal?
Cow is.
I think I like star better than crescent.
Yeah, it sounds like it's
All right.
between stars and crescents for you guys.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was your map, so I'm more than happy to go with what
Are
you
are you
decide.
maybe thinking of like you would want a more normal shape and you're just saying star and crescent because that's what we've been saying?
No, I don't want a normal
Okay.
shape at all.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the one who said hypercube and Mobius
Yes.
strip,
True.
so-
Good point.
Some
Yeah.
some shapes are going to have more clips than others.
Whoa, what is that shape vector art in the bottom left? Further left.
You guys
Uh,
were wise to not
you
drop
mean
me. I would
those?
have been voting
Yeah, the
rectangles.
gray things. Yeah, what are those?
You want ink blobs? I think I'll
Let's,
discount ink
It looked like
blobs.
speech bubbles, or
Well, I guess,
Rorschach stuff.
I guess star sounds pretty reasonable.
Are
we're
you
not
gonna
worried about-
specify
We
a
settled on
certain
that, I
number of
think.
pointed star, or just like any
Like a-
kind of pointed star?
Let's go with a 5-pointed star, I guess.
Okay.
yeah.
We can even leave
mean,
that up to
I-
interpretation. You
I
can have
like
the
the
6
idea
ones as well.
Oh, just be
yeah, I like
flexible.
the idea of
Number of
leaving it
points.
open in case people want to go like, 5
Or,
pointed,
yeah,
6
10
pointed.
points.
I guess
or-
minimum 4 points probably.
I was going to say, someone said they're
Minimum
doing a
4.
3-pointed star, and it's just going to be a triangle.
It's gonna be a V ceiling.
3 pointed star shapes. Let's see.
I mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Right, Berg?
They
technically they're not
exist.
triangles though. It's like
Oh,
yeah, like that.
it's like the Mercedes Benz.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that.
All right, I'm down to clown.
This
Alright,
could somehow be turned into a V ceiling. It's kind of upsetting.
Hey, well,
star-
let's
The theme.
think about it
is
this way. There's a V ceiling team, and you don't know what to expect.
Did they have this last week off, or was there a V ceiling?
Yeah, I'm on that team. We had this previous week off. This
Okay.
week, we're going to see a V ceiling map. You can
All right,
count
so
on
we'll
it.
go with Star. Do you want to show us
Question in
some
chat about
maps?
which teams have the week off.
I'm good with Star.
It's
It
7
is.
and 8, I think, for this next week.
Yeah, it's 7 and 8. It's the last one. The last rotation. Alright, so 5 pointed, or any amount of pointed stars? That's what we settled on?
Sure. Yep. Any amount of
Sure.
star. Any amount of points.
I mean,
Okay.
2 is too few.
You know, at least 3 pointed stars.
4 is too many.
2
5 is
pointed
right out.
stars.
There's an image
Five
kind
is
of
right out.
center bottom that looks pretty good for different kind of stars. Now it's
Wait.
middle.
Did Skylark just say 4 is too many, 5 is just right?
No, 5 is right out.
Uh,
Monty Python.
But yeah, like even an 8-pointed thing or whatever. Like I think that
So
moving
for the
it up
for the
ambiguity is-
rules, you said we had to. It has to be part of the like gameplay. It can't just be part of the decorations.
Correct. So that means you could either, you know, put the whole level in a star. You could have a few star-shaped kind of things around for geometry. But, like, there has to be some amount of gameplay associated with the shape.
All right, that sounds fair enough.
Like, you can't just put in one and then be like, yeah, if it's the theme, in my opinion. Like, you can't just have a little one that you like boost over.
I think like if the map itself, for example, was a star, that would be okay. But at the same time, we obviously don't want everybody to just make a
Yeah,
5-pointed star
I
map.
think it's gonna be fine. That I'm sure at least one team, at least one team's gonna make a map like a star shape, like in that shape.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
fine.
And then that's
If everybody does it, then it happened.
It is
what
what
it
it is.
is.
At least the theme was consistent.
Yeah, we'll see how it varies. Honestly,
Yeah, hopefully having variable number of points gives people variety to work with.
all right. Skyhawk is the new thing live.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
it's been live for a bit.
Everybody go update. I don't know if anyone's been playing yet. But...
Oh, I missed my opportunity to get first place on the map before people caught me.
Yep. Skyhawk, can you also send me that list
Oh, yes, of
of the
course.
IDs?
I will do that.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head back to bed. So
All right, I'm
Alright.
gonna look at
Have a
the
good
new
one, guys.
maps.
Have a good night.
Alright. Good night, bonus.
Going to bed.
You
at
guys may
noon.
need to reset your save. By
Nope,
the way.
you don't have to do that anymore. It's
Okay, good.
It's a new way of doing things that you don't have to do that.
All right. Not attacky 2.
Oh,
I remember
I'm
this.
inspired by the first question I get every time somebody opens this map.
So yeah, it looks a little bit
Nice.
similar. If I had to say anything, there's a lot less
Feel like-
dust. You know.
I feel like I've seen this map before.
Wait, is this a tacky too?
All right, so it seems like it's made by the person that made Attacky, but it's got different kinds of stuff. So if any of you guys didn't know, the theme was there are 3 enemies, both gargoyles and then the spring blob, the tether blob. You have to use at least 2 of the 3. You can use all 3. Future Legacies map. This one's got some boost stuff. JVC made one suggestion that got met.
Thank you, Shuri.
I made a lot of suggestions to avoid George stuff. Is this the right version?
It's the most recent version that I got, so if there was a newer version, I never received it.
Okay. I made one suggestion that didn't fully get met, but I don't think it'll matter too much. Actually, this one kind of is annoying. I'm hoping Shuri has a version like what I sent him in a bunch of. But I'm just gonna say it now. There's some Jorf stuff you can do where I have this on screen. You
is
can
it Jorf stuff, or I
you
thought
can
we got rid of
Jorf
it?
or you can do a Terra jump, and don't
Jorf
tell
on the
me
left.
it's not a Terra, because
It's not a Terra.
yeah, don't tell me it's not a Terra when you're gonna fail every run you try to it.
Oh, no, you're definitely gonna fail every run. I'm just saying that there's no left wall. That's a half Terra at best.
Yep.
Doesn't make it good, but
Yeah, so I am hoping there's a new version still.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I don't know.
But why
I
not?
feel like we asked Shuri a lot. I
Yeah,
feel
but
if there was gonna be a new version, it would have happened by now.
I don't want to accept this. Like, if someone gave me this as their draft, I'm saying no. I'm saying fix this section.
We did.
Just because he fixed like 5 other things with 5 other versions doesn't mean that you can't fix them all.
I don't know. It's a question of event format, I guess, of how much control do you want the organizers to have over the maps.
All I want removed is this part fixed.
And Shuri wants that part not changed. So who's do
I
we go
need
by?
Shuri to actually respond to us though, or whoever's been making this
Shuri
map.
is here. Shuri's listening. Shuri is aware of your
Yeah,
response.
Shuri,
so...
give me more than a smiley face, please.
Shuri has heard your complaint, and
It's only been an hour.
smiles.
I've only had this on stream for a few minutes. Is this gonna be fixed? If not,
we've
why?
reached the bargaining phase.
If not, why? You don't see what's wrong with it. Okay, well, let me tell you that there are some options in this area that don't need to exist. And I don't want to alienate people with strats, whether people want to agree to not do stuff like Jorfs or Terra jumps or whatever. And all of these problems can be solved if you do something like connect this. So let's say this happens and you remove the dust on top, and you connected this whole thing. It doesn't look the same, sure, but now there's no Jorf or Terra worries.
Yeah, and I mean you could make it look better. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be just the stone in the middle of the wood props.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to make this a hassle or anything. I just need more communication with your team about, I think this
That
is
is a good point.
a bad
yeah.
idea.
Just
And I can't
closing
communicate
off
with
all
your team.
communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're just not responding, then that's a problem.
Yeah, so I do want this fixed. I don't want to be mean about it, but this is the kind of thing that I'm trying to be hard on every team about. So I gotta be hard on you guys. But yeah, because of the large distance, it's gonna be faster than just hitting the enemy and then taking these silly spike jumps. Just a half Terra is not a good answer. You're gonna have to come up with a better answer, Maddie. If you're trolling or not, you're wrong.
Why don't you like that answer?
I've already explained it. You're not going to want to lose runs to that.
Well, I mean, you could say the same for it. Like, you're not going to want to lose runs to missing a boost. You're not going to want to lose runs to missing an attack on a
Okay,
bomb
and
cycle.
one's more gameplay. that one's a kind of gameplay that people will enjoy on average better, and I don't want to get into that kind of discussion because you're not setting a good example for the rest of the community, in my opinion. And I'm trying to defend what the league is all about.
I personally am more of an advocate for gimmicks than
in this setting.
Regular. Yeah.
I'm not so much a fan of it.
Yeah,
because I've made it so clear to every
setting,
single team.
I would say you're right.
I'm just trying to make it really clear to every team. I don't want to argue about it.
I understand. I agree.
These guys, so they made this map. What was the name of this one again? But Shuri, I do need a response. Or someone on your team that's gonna upload a new version.
Worst case scenario, I have an account and I could upload a new version.
Well, Shuri, do you mind if we update it for you? Maddie, please stop making that argument. I tried that for a long time and I couldn't get it consistent. Like, I looked into that exact scenario and I was like, is this, is there even an argument for this? The answer is no. Sure, there are harder things, but that's not the kind of thing that we're going to do in the league. Like, it's gonna happen unintentionally. Some weird stuff is going to happen like that. We don't have to allow it. Like, we don't have to allow it. It's been an hour.
I think the rules on this have been clear from the start.
Yeah, I've been making this clear the entire time. We don't want this kind of stuff in league maps. But yeah, we're gonna set the trend of every week we have a re-upload.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. I guess just with so many people involved in the process, it's hard to get things done by this deadline.
Alright, what it's... Alright, this looks the same.
Well, if Shuri doesn't want to change it, then I guess if you want to modify it and send me the file, I can upload it to the CMR account and then use that version.
Okay, I'm going to show chat what I'm gonna make it look like. How does this look? Shuri, are you okay with this being uploaded? Because I'm gonna make this happen.
So
I'll make it not look too ugly.
I think the most subtle fix would be to block off that bottom area. You bring the map again.
But it just removes dust or spikes on top, and it just connects it. And then I just I can either have something here or I can make it lower. Made a new one. Okay.
Yeah, I guess in this case
Thank
we
you,
can't really
hopefully.
do our typical solution of merging leaderboards because this is an actual strat change, where the others have just been like quality of life changes.
Okay.
I mean, for what it's worth, I probably could just merge it because I don't think anyone's actually attempted it yet.
We can't.
Yeah.
No. There's no
But
reason
I mean,
to merge
people
it.
will if now that they've seen the map. If people play the map any percent, eventually they will.
Oh, right,
go
yeah,
for
true.
things that.
Yeah.
If we had caught this and changed it earlier than right now, then we could have fixed it with less hassle. But
Alright, well, we do have a fixed version now. Thank you very much,
alright,
Tree.
is it on Atlas?
Yes.
Okay, what is the link? I haven't been given a number.
I just got it myself. I will message it to you.
Alright, sounds good. I will do this in record time.
10, 5, 8, 7.
Oh shit. Oh god.
You know, for a second there, I thought Zondo was starting to count down, and I got really confused when we went from 10 to 5 to 8.
10, 5, 8, 7. Go. Is it up?
We're going so fast, we're just warping the timeline.
Alright, thanks everybody for putting up with me being a dick right there.
It's all good. It's just firm in your beliefs.
Cool.
And I respect that.
Alright. So yeah, this
number
one's
is
you know,
1058.
got a lot of spring blobs in it, as you can tell. Another nice gargoyle map. Spring blob stronghold. Not gonna be easy to say repeatedly. The V ceiling map. Look out for V ceilings. It's
The real
little,
spring blob
a little
was
more
the
purple and yellow than I remember. This is the only one without spikes. Yeah, still no spikes.
Man, no spikes or spring blobs.
Yep. Only gargoyles. You have to be a little careful with some dust spread on this map, but for the most part, it shouldn't end up being a problem. I mean, you know, I don't know what the fastest strats are going to end up being, but lots of V ceilings. Lots of V ceilings. Oh my god, Temper moved one. Right here. He added an access boost.
Wait, that geometry looks like it doesn't connect. Oh,
It does. Yeah.
probably just the game engine not rendering properly.
This is the map that I've contributed to the most of any map on Atlas.
Dude, we need like a
I made
V-ceiling
like the
map
second
that's-
half
yeah,
for the most
just
part.
like an inverted wire straws function where you just like have recursive V ceilings.
Just wait till you see our last map, honestly. It's gonna be star shaped and it's gonna have some V ceilings.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Better watch out. Better be ready. Veek. There was a whole week to play it. Or to make it. This one's gonna be a toughie, I think. You can argue this one has some dwarf strats also, but not anything like that it should save time, really. You know, in tasks it always will, but made by Team 4. But yeah, this is gonna be a complicated one, I think. I'm looking forward to the replays on this one. Corridor, that's what it's called. And discarded glass. This one's also actually gonna be really complicated, I think. Potentially. Wow, this changed so much from the start. Is anyone on this team in the call right now?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
You want to just tell me about how much this map changed?
So
Tell him,
Not Jake made a
JVC.
version that was pretty good, and we all liked what he had put down. But then I was like, you know, one path's way better than the others because there was multiple paths, and so I tried to balance it a little bit. And then Northgate and Camel are like, dude, what the heck? Why are there 3 paths? This is a mess.
Okay, yeah.
So
The
then-
original idea, which was probably too cheesy for the theme, was that there was only going to be 3 enemies, one of each kind,
Yeah.
and like at the end of like 3 different
each
directions.
different routes. Yeah.
Yeah, and it got changed a lot with feedback.
Oh my god, there's an 80% camera.
And then
Yeah, I did an 80% route. That's
Nice.
not that way to try to trick people, but I guess they're onto the fact already.
Yeah, this might be a little janky.
Oh, I'm getting massive like Caverns 90% vibes out of this.
Yeah, I'm happy that you can see what the tiles are.
And then like later in, I went to town on trying to make a new version that like fixed one issue it had because we decided we wanted a certain path. And Camel said that the boost I added sucked way too much ass, and so he vetoed it, and so then him and not Jake reworked that.
I
version.
really wanted to work that boost into the secret. There's like an apple on this map that's really funny, and you should look at, not an editor maybe, but
You have the exact same kind of tiling that Antenna had right here.
Yeah, but there's no way you
Tiling.
can Jorf there.
Alright, new version's up.
Way better to go right.
All right, thanks.
Please upload, or sorry, please update Dustmod so that you get the new version. Do not play the old version. It will not get you points.
Yeah, in this case, we're not merging.
Yeah.
All right. Hey.
Oh, and I will hide the old version on Atlas.
Cool. Rev
Oh, wait.
2.
Is it already hit?
I don't know.
Or... Yeah, okay. It seems like Shuri hit it themselves.
Thanks. Hey.
Alright, so yeah, that is the new geometry. Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna have to update some leaderboard stuff so that you can see a week 3.
I will have to. I'll modify what I sent to you because it's no longer correct. It's just a single number change.
200, 100.
There we go. Yeah, just change that 2 to a 7. Should be good.
Yeah, I can do that pretty easily. All right, who's streaming? Who's getting the raid? Who's in
Hey,
leaderboard
Maddie,
updates?
Did you go through all the maps?
Ockies.
Was that
Yeah, I think I showed them all right.
okay?
I
I
think so.
had to look away for a bit, so I missed it.
Yeah, I played not Attacky 2. I didn't play any of them technically.
Yeah, okay.
wait, who has a Tacky 2 record? Is it me still?
Are we just gonna all call it attack?
Yeah,
No,
I did look
Yeah,
at them all.
we're calling it a tacky too.
It's- yeah.
Yellow, no, you bastard.
Who's gonna stream? Who wants the raid of a lifetime?
Let's see if anyone in Dustforce. Ah, there we go. My meta is